Today I want to talk about how to get into parkour because all of my online and tech friends ask me that. Obviously, if you're already into parkour, skip this video. You'll know all this. The number one way to learn parkour, in my opinion, is go to a parkour gym, a freerunning gym, some sort of gym where they actually have coaches who know this and can teach you. All you need to do is just like go to Google, put in like your city, state, whatever, and or, you know, wherever you're from, and then just put in parkour gym or freerunning gym. That's the number one way, I think. Safest way. Second is if you don't have a gym, try and find your local community. There probably is one that you may not think so, but regardless, almost every single major city has some sort of parkour community. And if you reach out to them, tell them you want to learn, almost all of them will be thrilled to teach you. I will say an important note on community and even just going to learn at a gym, because this is so new, they may not be necessarily I know there are a lot of teenagers that are coaching at, parkour gyms, and they can do a great job, but I feel like I've run into some that are not familiar with like the core philosophical things that make it applicable to everybody. So if you go and you feel like, oh, I can't do any of this, then they're not translating it so that you can understand it. A good parkour coach will be able to translate it to your ability. If you're feeling like, oh, I just don't have any ability to do any of this, then that coach or person is not telling you the right things. Because everyone really can do parkour, because everyone does do parkour like every day. Whether or not you know it or not. It's the more efficient way you walk. It's choosing to move differently because it's easier and better for whatever reason. Y'all get my point. So yeah, gyms, your local community, like message them on Instagram, or there's probably a Facebook group. Learning from a real person is much better, because like the third way you can learn is just by teaching yourself and watching YouTube videos. I generally discourage that because you end up just kind of learning. I feel like it's hard to learn in that way. I mean, my social group, like people who I first started training out with, they didn't really have. Okay, when I first started training in parkour, there wasn't any other option. There wasn't even a community. All we had was the YouTube, and on YouTube at the time was just like tutorials from people in Europe and the UK, and they know what they're talking about. There's a lot of great tutorials online that I highly recommend. Speaking of which, I'm going to include links to great tutorials, and like kind of just what I just said just now, like in a better worded way. All that info is in the description below. I really encourage everyone to try parkour. Like, you may not think that you're physically fit enough to do it, but the thing is like I was totally not athletic when I started getting into it. I was 20-30 pounds overweight and had no energy. And I'm just gonna be honest, guys, I'm one of those people that hates working out. I hate working out. I think it's stupid. I don't like using machines to work out. It doesn't make sense to me. No, that doesn't make sense to me. It's no fun. So parkour is a great way to have fun and work out. So go do it. And if you're not doing it, tell me why, because I want to know why, because I promise you it's for everybody. I know some people that are in the parkour community probably don't want me saying that, because you do have to be physically mindful, and it does take a certain skill set, I guess, to be safe. A mindset, maybe more so. But like, I guess where that comes in is like, the only part where it's like not for everyone is if you think it's all roof gaps and big stunts and big stuff. Like, people look at it and they're like, oh, that looks like, cool, but I could never do that. And it's like, well, yeah, because you're looking at the most professional people in it. They've been doing this for years. Like, people who do roof gaps, I've never done a roof gap. I wouldn't mind doing one if I found one that was within my reach, but I haven't gone out to seek those. I feel like a lot of people misunderstand what it is. And if you don't know what parkour is, I also am listing some things down below, but I feel like almost everybody kind of knows what it is, or at least the myths that need to be more debunked still. Anyway, I've rambled plenty. Thanks for watching.